Hello and welcome to today's Story of the Blues. I'm Tommy Oldham, and Oldham Athletic are at home to league leaders Barnet in a game that we'll be really looking to respond and get ourselves back into winning ways, end this run of games without a victory. Injury front news has talked possibly of Oldham being back in the squad and Hudson being on the road to recovery, which is much needed at this vital time. So, a bit about Barnet FC. They're based in northwest London and they were founded in Chipping Barnet in 1888. And from 1907 till 2013, they played the games at Oldham. I did put a video up the other day for previous visit years ago. I never saw a game, but still went and had a look at it while it wasn't being played at. Feel free to check it out. And the nicknames, the Bees. The currently plays, in the National League. Their honours include This was the sixth time we've played Barnet since we've been in the National League. Our record stands that they've beaten us once at Boundary Park. We've beaten them once ourselves at Boundary Park and won away at the Hive twice. And we've also drawn away most recently 0-0 before Christmas away at the Hive. Should be an entertaining game, hopefully. Barnet last week beat Rochdale away 4-0, and under Dean Brannan at the moment are starting to pull away and looking unstoppable. Jordan Cropper, Dominic Telford, Carnu, Unlove, and who can forget ex-Oldham player Mark Shelton are all part of this Barnet team who are currently running away with the division. Amazing, Shelton wasn't popular at Oldham and wasn't one of our better players. However, he's since gone on and thrived playing at the Hive. For Oldham, it's 4 games since we last won a match, which includes 3 draws and a loss. And fans are starting to get a bit edgy now. There's some fans that are worried that we're going to drop out of the playoffs similar to last season. Others like myself are confident we won't be, but would like to see more from the team. We'd like to see a better performance and more so get ourselves back to winning ways, and more importantly, scoring goals. Also, it's believed James Norwood is still out injured, so it's down to both Fondop and Waters. It's been mentioned that they're looking around for other strikers, but for the time being, we're waiting to see. Some of the rumours going around on social media about Kurt Willoughby being called back. Willoughby hasn't really done much at Chester, and to my knowledge, if it's a season-long loan, I'm pretty sure you're not able to bring a player back. That's something to look up on. Also looking forward today because my youngest nephew is mascot at the game today, which is a real proud moment for me, and for him he's absolutely buzzing. And away from all the drama, fans getting wound up, it's just a reminder that for young lads like himself, being a mascot, being around the players, it's a big thing. Thanks to Tom Conlon, who sent him a message this week saying how excited they are to see him. Oh, please, let's get back to winning ways. Let's just get the win. I'm not asked how we do it. Just go into it, lane to win. Interesting team. Good to see Conlon on the bench. Hobson's back in. Come on, Oldham.
Yeah, I'm negative today, especially after seeing team. I'm thinking 0-1, but I hope I'm wrong.
I'm going for 2-2.
Prediction for today, 3-1 to Barnet.
Prediction.
1-0. 1-0 Barnet.
Right.
Go. War of attrition, 1-0 Oldham.
Nice bit of skill. Half time, 0-0. These are taking these. They'll take a point, but we can get into this. Playing alright, Fondop's had the best chance. But they've had more balls from the corners. Come on, Oldham, let's win this. And we're 2-0 down for the start of the second half. It's not looking good. Come on, Oldham, let's sort this out. 2-0 down. It's not the start we wanted. Come on, lads. Get it sorted. And then, yes. Oh. Oh. Shoot. Oh. Hold him. Oh. Boom. Go on, all, let's get one. Back in. Edged. Don't look like scoring today. Not all good save, but not clinical enough. Get another striker in and need to play alongside from that. Three-0 game set and done now. Let's get the Reds to drop. Six minutes added on. Full time, lost 3-0. Disappointed with that. Thought the second half would come out having finished the first half on the top, but back to drawing board. I'm probably over. Oh, how do I look back at the game on Saturday? One thing for sure, that second half just wasn't good enough. I thought first half, I said we were decent on Twitter, and some people I think have made it out like we were over the moon, we were fantastic. We weren't. It was a solid first half. It was more relating to, it was an improvement on the previous performances against Maidenhead, Sutton and Dagenham. And it looked to me like we were putting tackles in. We seemed to have that bit of intent that we were going to take the game to them. However, we're lacking that cutting edge in attack. We're not looking clinical enough. And we only had one chance, which was Fondop towards the end. Yes, Barnet had quite a few set pieces, yeah. They came at us, but they didn't look to me like a team that were going to go on and score 3 or a team that had put 4 past Rochdale. And that's why I thought second half, we'd come out and we'd really push it. Now, most people, as you see predictions, didn't expect us to win. I went for a 2-2 draw myself. It was asking a bit much, but I thought, could that typical Latics come in? But it wasn't. And that second half was men against boys. Yeah, Ogle was at fault for the second goal. But at the end of the day, if he didn't put a challenge in, he'd just gone right past him. And they took their goals well, to the credit. But first half, Barnet were ordinary. I wouldn't say they looked like a team at the moment are running away with the lead. But then you look at the two managers. In the first half, Brennan was constantly on his feet, shouting instructions, waving his hands. Mellon, half the time, was just there with his arms folded. And I know different managers have different approaches to games. And half the time, he should have been telling them, yeah, it probably was an okay first half, but then pushing them on, encouraging them to go out and win. But he didn't. And we never recovered from the 2 goals. It was like tools have dropped. It's all right, that's it, game over. That game, in my eyes, is like a dress rehearsal for a playoff match. If we are in the playoffs and we get in and we come up against York, Forest Green, even against Ed, we have to do better than that. We can't just expect to throw our tools down that say no. Players such as Rossiter, Pett, Pritchard, Lundstrom are all attacking players. And it's down to the management. You can't keep the players being told what to do. There's too much hoofball. There's too much long ball. Not enough playing it on the deck. Not enough running at opponents. I know we're missing Monte at the back, and that's the sort of thing he would do. But other players need to look at themselves now. Fondop was probably the best player on the pitch in attack and defence. And I would love a team of Fondop, but it doesn't work like that. And everyone has to do their bit. Think back to Rochdale. It wasn't a great performance, but it was an effort, a team effort. It's like people slated Kay, but Kay wasn't the worst player on that pitch. And he's not a wing-back, he's a midfielder. And I know we've had injuries, but Mellon's got to look now. Where's his plan B? He hasn't got one. We're coming too predictable. When we have corners, there's no movement in the box. No players running around. Yeah, I know we're aiming for the height of Fondop, but other players should be there shouting, causing the defence problems. But we aren't. Where's the leadership on the pitch? Where's that player who can come on and pick them up? That player that's going to tap them on the shoulders and say, right, lads, we can get into this. We did it against Oldham, and Oldham and Barnet are 2 different teams. But where's our next win coming from? I know we've got Boston and Tamworth next, but for me, do you know what? We could actually probably not win another game and still somehow remain in the playoffs. Southend got a late equaliser at the weekend. Eastleigh lost again. I know Rochdale were in FA Trophy action along with Oldham. But at the end of the day, crowds are dropping at home. My nephew loved being a mascot on Saturday. I asked him about a friend in his class who used to watch all, doesn't want to watch all anymore. She don't like it, she thinks it's boring. And that's the worrying thing. I said, Mellon's tactics aren't the best, and we know that. And when we're winning, people are not too mindful. But at the moment, we're not winning, and it's not working. And again, this is another team in the top 4 that we've struggled against. And now, look on the pitch today. Where was the creativity? Where was the flair? Where was the urgency? Where was that? Right, we need to get back into this, lads. And I said to my nephew's family, if they score a 3rd, it wouldn't surprise me if they go on and score a 4th or a 5th. Thankfully, they didn't. And yeah, we did, to be fair, have corners at the end. We got the ball forward, put the balls in. But we just don't look like scoring. Where are the goals coming from? Waters is not a striker. But if we play him alongside Fondop, he can do the hard work. He can do the run, he can do the flicks and put the ball in. But he can't do it himself on his own. We need pace on the wings. I know Caprice likes runs with the ball, but again, the ball needs to be played forward to him at a reasonable level. Adam, who often does predictions on the podcast on here, apart from the other day, was on the Boundary Park alert system this week, and he made some brilliant points about Mellon's recruitment, about the way he just seems to bring players in. But it's not working. There's no long-term vision. And I believe in experience, but you need youth as well. And we haven't got that at the minute. And as referred to earlier on, the players who are attacking-minded players. And these players have got goals in them. Now, I have not called for Mellon's head yet. And his saving grace is we are in the playoffs. But I'm at the stage now, if Mellon was to leave, I wouldn't be sad to see him go. I do think he will probably go at the end of the season, regardless of how we do. Because we need fresh injection of blood. I would take an out-of-work Williams at the moment. Hell, I'd even take Ian Everett if we could get him someone that can give us that new manager bounce. Someone that can just give us a lift. Because the way we're heading at the moment, there is a danger we are going to drop out the playoffs. It's like last season over again. Now, my friend Stacey made a good point on Twitter. It's not just Mellon who suffers from bad home form. Unsworth and other managers. And even this season we got to the playoffs, the Ian Dowie. And we need to be thinking, why is this happening? What is this curse we seem to have at Boundary Park at the moment? Off the pitch, we're doing everything right, the community spirit. And I know people are slating, having a go now at the Rothwells, at Darren Royal. But at the end of the day, what's happening on the pitch is down to the management. And we need to look, where have we gone wrong this year? It's gone on about Clucas and Stones. We're in March. They've gone. It's nearly 2 months ago. Get over it and move on. Yes, Norwood and Conlon are injured. The good news is Conlon looks like he's on his way back. But look at what players you've got. As a manager, it's your responsibility to get the best out of these players. It's your responsibility to find that formation. And before we had them players, we were winning at the start of the season. It seems ever since that York game got called off. And that team looked like it was pushing for promotion, never mind the playoffs. Now just looks lost. They look like they've lost the confidence. They've got no idea what to do next. It's like they don't even know who they're passing to or who they're playing with. The goal threat's completely gone. And we're looking more like a relegation threatened team at the moment than a team that's actually occupying a playoff place. And I know people saying we are in a place, and I've tried to stress that point. But we can't keep putting in performances like that. The novelty now has long gone. And yeah, you could argue with Barnet about Barnet. They've been up there for a couple of seasons now. They've seen Stockport, they've seen Wrexham go, they've seen Chesterfield go, and they invested well in the summer. And yeah, if we finish second or third, or lost the playoff final, fans would be sympathetic and say, right, we have a go next year. We go back stronger. But because we've been so starved of success, and you look at players at this club because they want promotion, or is it because they want a good payday? I actually think they came here with the ambition for promotion. I think some of the players who may have just come for a big pit are long gone. I do think in that team is a footballing team with good players. They're just not being coached right. They're being wrongly managed. They need that freedom of the park to attack. They need that ability to go and score goals, to be able to play balls and to be able to put the cross in, not just hoof. And like they do try and sometimes play from the back, but it always seems to be forward, back to the keeper. And that was in the Sutton game especially. And is it the fact that the game's moved on from Mellon? If Mellon could prove me right and now go on and win the playoffs, hey, I'd credit to him. But I just don't see it at the minute. And I hate being negative. As people always say, I'm Mr. Positive and Mr. Optimistic. But at the moment, it's one of these. Where are the positives? Where is that glimmer of hope coming from? And like I always say, football's about enjoyment. It's about winning games. We know we're not going to win every game. But at the minute, it's not getting up there as bad as it was under Unsworth. I don't really want to say it, but it is. And questions need to be. As someone saying, would Tromé come in for Mellon? That could be the saving grace. But he needs to look at his coaching team now and think, right, we've got 2 games, Boston and Tamworth. These need to be 6 points from both games, not 1 from each, not 4 points, 6 from both. And set us up nicely for the Rochdale game. As it stands, you know, I'm a bit late doing this because Jez has just been recalled. Jez has shown this year he's got pace in him. He's got goals in him. He can create goals. Maybe now that he's been out on loan at Eastleigh, that extra match fitness will do him well. He'll come in on the back, playing football, getting game time, not just sitting around in a reserve for the odd friendly here and there. And he'll do us what we need. Someone to run down them wings, someone that can bomb down them, someone that can swing the balls and that can play the balls in. And let's be honest, since he's been gone, we haven't really won any matches, have we not? What worse can it be? Hell, I'd even be looking maybe at Reed, even, because if we can't get another striker in on loan, bring back our player then. Look at what we've got and use it. And that concludes this week's Story of the Blues. As I said, my nephew absolutely loved it today. Big thank you to the club, Wendy Noble, and the OFC veterans as well, Martin Foley and the Community Trust. These incentives are brilliant. And this is a part of getting our future fans, giving them a day to remember. It's just a shame we couldn't win, but it's one of those. Anyway, my name's Tommy Oldham. It's Boston United on Tuesday. I'm 50-50 at the moment. But hopefully I'll be there on the terrace. If not, it'll just be a short post-match review vlog. Anyway, keep the faith. I'll see you on the terraces.